All right. I think we're just going to bypass the mic part.
Yeah, Ethan is fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
That's one thing me and Austin are like. We can yell. Okay.
Gotta be real loud. Project.
All right. Good evening, everyone. My name is Matthew. I'm Austin's younger brother. Thank you all for coming to celebrate tonight for their big day tomorrow. Austin, this will probably be one of the best days of your life, right after October 22nd, 1997. As most of you know, me and Austin are really close. We've always been close from living together to when we moved in, to when he moved in with our dad. We never lost our bond. As we got older, we've also just gotten closer. We've always joking, laughing, messing with each other. And if you know Austin, you know he thinks he's hilarious. And if you ask him, he would say that you could write a book about how funny he is. You're welcome. I did not do that tonight. We've had a lot of great memories over the years, and this weekend is definitely going to be another one of them. Now, although we're close, we're also definitely different. Austin is way more outgoing than I am, obviously. He can be anywhere and start a full-on conversation with a total stranger and tell them some wild stories. Some may or may not be true. He likes to make stuff up. After 5 years of living together, I guess it's finally time to break apart one last time. It's going to be weird not having you across the house to talk to steal some toilet paper or some laundry pots from, or to wait to see what you're going to cook for us that night. That's about a 50-50 chance. We've always joked that if our dad went on a diet, the whole house went on one too. And when Austin gets in his gym kick and his diet mode, I start getting flashbacks because I know it's about to be salads and protein shakes for dinner. As Austin gets older, he is slowly turning into our dad. The stance, the mannerisms, the laugh, even the way he chews on his straw. Sometimes when he gets mad and starts yelling at me, I swear I'm looking at Dad 2.0 standing right in front of me. But jokes aside, I'm really excited for this next chapter in your life. And I'm glad you found someone amazing. Morgan, you made it. You've been around long enough to make it feel official, but now it actually is official, which means, Austin, we have to find a new joke. I remember the first time I met Morgan, it was during Masters Week with a group of friends. The next thing I know, I get home, there's a white Ford Escape in my parking spot. I walk inside and it's her. Some things do not ever change. Morgan, I'm glad it's you. You bring out the best in Austin, and it's been awesome getting to know you and seeing you two together. I can also say I'm proud of my brother, and I'm proud to call you my sister-in-law. Let's raise a glass to Austin and Morgan, to love, laughter in the next chapter. Cheers.
Way to go, Matthew.
I'm just kidding. Hi guys, my name's Alex. I am Morgan's best friend. I'm also her matron of honor, and as of a few years ago, I'm officially her cousin now. So, Morgan, when writing this speech, there was a lot of things I wanted to say, so I'll start with this. I look back at 15-year-old us, sophomore year of high school, sitting in Coach Black's class, and I think, if only they could see themselves today. I never would have expected those two teenage girls would be standing next to each other on their wedding days. We have shared so many memories together, and it is so exciting to see what new memories we create in this next chapter for you. The most important thing I want to express in this speech is my gratitude for the friendship we have. As a child, my mom always said that true friends are really hard to come by in life, and that's just stuck with me my whole life growing up. But I can confidently say that you are one of my true friends. There's never a day that I couldn't pick up the phone and need to talk or vent to you about life. It didn't matter how busy your day was or how stressful of a day you may have been having, because you knew when I needed a friend, you were always there. You've always been... Stop it.
You started it.
No. You've always been someone who would truly be honest with me, whether it was telling me not to wear a certain outfit, or my makeup didn't look good, or even telling me if I was just overreacting about anything, because I'm really good about that. One main thing you've always been really great about is just validating my feelings. Last and most importantly, you have always been the non-judgmental friend. You've never judged me, but simply supported whatever was going on in my life. And I can confidently say I know that for a fact, that God has had a hand in creating this friendship. Austin?
I want you to cry, too.
Well, does it count if I'm already crying? Austin, everybody knows that since you came into Morgan's life, she's never been happier. And I mean genuinely happy. I appreciate the love that you've shown her over the past several years, and I know she will always be in good hands with you. So thank you for always being a good partner to my best friend. One last thing I want to say is how grateful I am to see the love that you give SJ, who's my son. He will never know a life without his Aunt Momo and Uncle Austin. I'm so honored to be able to stand by your side tomorrow, and I wish you and Austin many and happy, healthy years of marriage.
For those of you who don't know me, my name is Madison. I'm Morgan's personal web MD, and I'm severely overworked and I'm underpaid in this position. So if you're interested in contributing to my salary, my Venmo is Matt O'Neill. Yeah. I'm the maid of honor. I'm also Morgan's cousin, 2 years younger than her, so I really don't know a life without Morgan in it. I remember when we were kids begging my mom to let me go to Morgan's for a sleepover so we could spend hours using metal detectors just to find some old rusted salt shakers in her backyard. Our teenage years rolled around and Morgan was always my cool older cousin. So cool, we actually bought matching camouflage bikinis and unfortunately took pictures to document, and I have spent years trying to permanently erase them from the face of the earth. Great. Again, for those of you who don't know me, I have made quite the wardrobe pivot since that time. My mom wouldn't let me get a Facebook until I was 13, but Morgan gave me her login so I could keep up with all the super eventful things that 13-year-olds want to keep up with. Morgan started driving when I was a freshman in high school, which was super clutch because she'd come pick me up in Deshawn the Nissan to go get sweet tea from McDonald's or shopping or whatever our hearts desired. Granted, I may or may not have risked my life every time I got in the passenger seat of Mr. Deshawn, but she always got us from point A to point B. When Morgan turned 21, I was 19 and had just finished my freshman year of college at UGA. I remember going to the beach that summer and being like, that is so cool that Morgan can drink alcohol. I wish I could try alcohol. And if you're thinking that Morgan bought me alcohol, she would never do that. And I did not have my first drink until I was 21, so don't worry. Obviously, over the course of our lives, Morgan had a few boyfriends here and there, but never any that lived up to the standards of the guy that I thought Morgan deserved. I started hearing about this Austin guy and, of course, had questions. I will say Austin met my younger sister Grace out at Southbound one night before he met anyone else in the family. So I knew that if he met Grace and was still around, he must really like Morgan. Love you, sis. Every year, the whole family comes over to my family's house for Halloween to eat chili and hang out. Well, Austin and Morgan had not been dating very long, and I guess Morgan was running late, shocker. So Austin decided that he was just gonna head into a house full of Morgan's family by himself. And not only was he by himself, but he was dressed head to toe as a full-blown gladiator. And not one other person in the room was in costume.
It really threw me off. Okay.
I never doubted from then on that Austin was gonna fit right in. It's obvious that you guys are counterparts. Each of you better. Woo! Yeah. It's obvious that you guys are counterparts, each one of you better with the other. You've grown as a unit rather than individuals. You're alike in the ways that matter and different in the ways that create balance. Austin, you approach life with a glass half full, lighthearted mentality and have a way of bringing Morgan back to reality when her brain starts to get the best of her.
Overworked and underpaid.
Mm-hmm. Morgan, you love those around you so intentionally that you sacrifice yourself to make sure that others are having a good time, which speaks volumes about your heart. My prayer for you as the two of you become one tomorrow is that you remember no marriage will prosper without God first and each other second. There's a passage in Genesis that says, therefore a man shall leave his father and his mother and hold fast to his wife, and they shall become one flesh. You guys get to create a relationship, a family, and a life that's your own. It's not your parents or your friends, it's yours. Do that, enjoy doing that, and remember that you have support to help you along the way. Not me giving marriage tips when my wedding is next year, but it's like, it sounded good, it sounded good. I can't wait to spend the next years of our lives as friends, relatives, and for Liam to continue to shut Austin down when he asks him to golf at 9 a.m. on a Friday. I love y'all, and I know you're probably out of champagne, but cheers anyway.
Ding, ding, ding. All right. I didn't know I was going to have to do this, but I think the ones that were at the engagement party, it's pretty much similar to that speech. It was the first time I met Austin. They were going golfing, and I was out cutting grass, and I come pulling up on a lawnmower and met him for the first time, and he would shut up. He just kept on talking and talking, and I'm thinking, my God, how long has she been dating this guy? And it was like you say, he just fits in. Like Maddie, he just walks into a room, and it's like everybody knows him. So I was very excited that Morgan had met someone like Austin. And then I hate to give up my daughter to Austin, but I couldn't pick the better person. If I had to pick him myself, if I had to buy him out of a magazine, I could not have picked a better person. And then we decided they got to looking for a place they want to move out that way to live. So I came up with this idea, and I really didn't think this one through. I mean, we're sitting there, and it's like, well, why don't y'all just build up here beside us? And before I know it, now we got a footer in the ground. We're going to be laying block, and they're going to be within a rock's throw from the house. So we're going to be keeping kids. We're going to be feeding them every night. When the washer breaks, I'm going to be over there fixing it. But I'm excited about it. I'm very excited because they just the way they act toward each other, and I hope and pray that Morgan and Austin will have a marriage life like me and Tracy have. I mean, I was very lucky when I found Tracy, and she's been a great mom, she's been a great wife, and I think Morgan she's gonna fill those shoes too. And Austin, I just want to congratulate both of y'all. I love you both. For as long as I'm gonna be there, I'll be there for you. But we're really not going to build that covered walkway that you want. You're going to have to come over through the woods. But it's going to be interesting building a house with them. But it'll be a fun thing. And everybody was saying, my God, are you crazy? You're getting married and you're starting a house? Jesus, y'all going to be divorced before you even get married. But it's fun. I've been trying to take the heat off of them with that. But like I say, I really have a lot of, I guess, hopes and dreams that they will have a successful and a very happy life like I've had with my family. So I just love y'all both, and it's going to be great. It's going to be great. And that's all I got. I don't have the first thing written down. That was just so cheers.